WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, X, and our website, www.wvtcdetroit.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users. Thank you for tuning to WVTC Radio Detroit and the Community Bell Show with your host, former Wayne County Commissioner, Edna Bell. Stay tuned for insightful information Detroiters will find valuable. Text a friend and tell them to watch with you for news you can use. And now, your host, Edna Bell.
Hello, hello, hello. It is Monday at 4 o'clock, so it must be the Community Bell Show. Hi there. Welcome to the Community Bell Show on this lovely Monday afternoon in September. My goodness, we've had great weather for the last week and expecting great weather for the rest of the week. How about that? In September, 37 degrees. Oh my goodness. I look out my balcony window and I see boats all up and down the Detroit River. Everybody's out there with their boats. It's a great time to be in Detroit. So we're just happy to be here. But the happiest part about today is we have our Dwight back. We got Dwight back. We're so happy. We are so happy that you are are healing and you're getting better. We just so we've missed you. We're happy to
Yes,
have you here.
like I don't be. I mean, I appreciate all the. I mean, it was prayers that really healed me because I never really had time to feel pain, or hurt, all the support, and then after support, I go up and still have people supporting and helping me walk at one point. But I just want to say thank you for all the prayers, support that I received that helped me heal, and I'm doing okay. I am. Uh, and one of the things I want to say is that in life, we do face challenges. Um, Everybody understand my life, what I've been through in my life and my trauma. Talking about trauma and understanding mental health, it was kind of hard for me to really lay down, understanding what resilience is and what recovering and what recovery is all about. So I want to say with that and all the prayers and the support, I like to thank everybody for extending their prayers and support to me in my trying time
And we're just so happy that that prayer works.
to do.
For those of you who don't think it works, prayer works. And I don't want to take you back through all the trauma, right? But tell them what happened and how you were injured.
So I learned the lesson. I had to say that. I've always been a person that take accountability for my behavior and actions. I was basically put in a situation where I had to because I was locked up. Not that I was made to do that, but at some point I had to mature. And so in my maturity, I understand that taking accountability is what life was about. So I was riding my bike. I decided to actually run 8 miles that morning. I woke up and just I hadn't ran 8 miles in over 10 years, and so I just wanted to do that. I ran downtown, came back home, and then I got on my bike and went to a funeral, and then I came back home, and then I wanted to get on my bike and go do something else. I went downtown, the place I wanted to go in the Eastern Market. I did not go, and on my way back home, riding on the sidewalk on Woodward, crossing the street, and as I crossed the street off the sidewalk, a car was coming and did not stop at the white line. Normally, what people do in Detroit, she rolled it and hit me. And so when she hit me, I flipped over the car because I was standing up as I was riding the bike, and I flipped over. I didn't have a helmet on, so it bust my face. I mean, you can't see it today, but my whole face was busted open, and it was a hole in the middle of my nose. So I end up fracturing my three, my five in my neck. I fractured my nose right there, and I fractured my knee, which I have a brace on. In the hospital for 4 days. And so, but ever since, like I said, was more so the prayers that really and God and God. I could talk about it a little later, but it's a lot more things. But that's what happened. And I do want to say we do have to rest. I think a lot of times we keep running, 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 running. And I was running, running, running that day so much. And like just your mind and being tired and your mind could be tired. You think you rested and you never know not paying attention. Because you have to take account. You can't just blame everybody for something. I could actually stop at the light.
Well, now you were the pedestrian crossing the street.
I was.
This car was not paying attention to what they were doing.
Yeah.
The car hit you, not because you were in the wrong, because you were crossing the street at the crosswalk. And I just want to say to people, please pay attention. Stop running stop signs.
I
Stop
think she was
running red
distracted.
lights. Stop looking at that doggone phone.
Yeah.
Um, Pay attention to what you're doing because cars are lethal weapons.
Yeah.
They are lethal weapons. They can kill you. Thanks be to God, it didn't kill White, but it injured him seriously.
Yeah.
So people, stop looking at those phones. Stop digging down in the purse or whatever it is you're doing. Um, Pay attention because you could be the person that would hurt somebody seriously, like Dwight was hurt. You could kill somebody. stop looking at all those things that you're doing while you're supposed to be driving. And I just wonder if driver's ed teaches people what the crosswalk means.
Yeah, it do.
Because I don't know that people know what the crosswalks mean. They just go on through, and people don't stop at crosswalk. Those white lines mean that's the crosswalk where people walk. You are supposed to stop behind the lines, not on top of the lines, not on top, because that's where people are supposed to walk, ride bikes, rides. In the case of downtown, you see a lot of seniors on their scooters
Yeah,
and on in their wheelchairs trying to cross the street,
yeah,
but you're blocking the crosswalk, so they can't cross the street, or they've got to go out into the traffic going the other way to get across the street because you're blocking the crosswalk.
right.
The white lines mean do not cross this area. That's the crosswalk. That's where people walk.
Yeah.
So please, if you went to driver's training, remember that's what the crosswalk meant.
Yeah. And it only take a second to be distracted to hit a person.
Yes.
Because if you coming up to the white line and you gotta send that last text or push it, that 1 second of looking down, all it can put you a foot, 2, 3, 4, 5 feet ahead of where you was at, and not knowing a person crossing, you supposed to stop. So that's what I think really happened to me, that she was distracted. And even though she got out and apologized, it does not negate the fact that I was on the ground.
Yes, and sent to the hospital with broken vertebrae and
Yeah.
all sorts of other broken items. So yeah, please, everybody, please pay attention. Please pay attention. Your life could depend on it. Someone you love, life could depend on it. So we're just, like I said, we're just happy to Dwight is here with us. We're just
Thank
happy
you.
to have you. We really are happy to have you.
Thanks.
Now, yes, you all know when Dwight comes on, what we talk about are mental health issues.
Yeah.
We talk about young people doing things that they should not be doing. We talk about how we can figure out how to help them. So we're just going to talk about what they're not doing. We need to talk about how we can help them be better young people. So right now, I want to talk about mental health issues, right? Because you still are involved with DWIN.
Yeah.
And crisis management. Talk about that piece of it again for those listeners who have not heard him talk about DWIN and crisis management and what DWIN does.
Crisis mobilization. I'm a crisis mobilization worker, peer support specialist. And in Wayne County, we Detroit Wayne Health Integrated Network. That's what I work for. And so we have van services.
And I'm going to interrupt you for a minute because what he didn't tell you is that he was selected as the crisis intervention worker of the year.
Yeah. Peer
Of
support
the
year
support
for
specialist.
NAMI,
For-
and then for DWIN.
and for DWIN and for NAMI.
Yes.
That's big.
Yeah.
Peer support specialist of the year.
Yeah.
I was at the luncheon when he was awarded his honor by the chairman of the board, the president of DWIN,
Yeah.
who is Mr. White, who was a former police chief,
Yeah.
who is now the director of DWIN, who presented him right with his
Yeah.
honor at the luncheon. So
Yeah.
I just need everybody to know, peer support specialist of the year,
Yeah. And
Dwight
so,
Harris.
and I want to say,
But here I go again. So now, for those of you who also haven't saw us before, Dwight was in prison for 25 years. Dwight has been out for 15 years now.
14, going on 14.
Going 14 years. But he didn't just come out and just sit. He came out and went to work, helping others, helping young folks so that they didn't get to where he was, and now helping folks with mental health issues with crisis management. So I just need to interject that for those of you who haven't seen us before and haven't heard about Dwight before. Dwight, special young man. Okay, Dwight, you can talk about it. I'll let you talk some.
So when I met who's now my Edna Bell, I know I'm supposed to be talking about something, but I gotta say this. And so when I first met her, I was with Pops, Ray Solomon. And I didn't ever tell her this, but the first thing she told me as she seen me, she didn't really know me. She was like, I see trying to do something, but she held her finger up at me. I don't think you remember that, man. You said, okay, now.
Uh-oh.
I ain't said nothing. I didn't say nothing, but I had never told you that. And so at that point, I did understand that this work was serious, that I need to do what I need to do. And so I did end up working doing crisis mobilization. It was never an attempt, something that I wanted to do. I just want to help people.
The God's pushed you where you need to
Right.
be when you need to be there.
Yeah. And doing 25
Mhm.
years, like I've never thought in a million years that I could make over $12 an hour. That's true. When I was changing in the cell and changing in prison all those years, trying to find out what I was gonna do when I get out, I still never knew. But I just realized that it was gonna be a struggle and that I need to stand up to whatever came my way. And so uh all the falling, getting up and falling that I've done, I have to say that it was a struggle. I realized that it wasn't working.
Mhm.
And so I needed some help. Like the time that I done did teach me that when you need help, you need to figure it out on your own. Like in prison, like ain't nobody gonna tell you when you need to go get some help because you can actually destroy yourself in prison. But at some point,
Mm.
we do learn that you have to figure a way to help yourself. And so at that point, 7 to 8 years of me being home, I started diving into mental health. I know a doctor, and I used to talk to her, and I was trying to understand why I couldn't get over the hump. And I realized that I was not accepted in this culture. I had brought prison with me. I was institutionalized after 25 years. And even though I was able to make parole and do all these successful things in prison, coming home was a culture shock for me. And I know for anybody that did 10 years, some people can't do 24 hours in jail. And it culture shock their whole life.
Yeah.
They probably never be able to
I
get back
can't even
together.
imagine.
But for me, I just realized that mental health, years before mental health, we was even talking about it. If you follow back on my social media blogging, I used to always talk about the way people were thinking during COVID.
Hmm.
And
Yes.
so the thing was seeing the change in thoughts and shift in thought I learned in prison. But to work in mental health now and being an advocate in all these trainings I've took, I can actually see that mental health is a spectrum. I've seen people that was down and the same person down up. I've seen recovery work, but what I see in mental health is the acceptance of people that have mental health challenges.
Hmm.
I see now a lot of people saying that they are advocating of mental health and they have did no studies on mental health. Well, why is that important, Dwight? Well, for me, the advocacy and the awareness of mental health is number one. And we need that to come from those people who are skilled in this field when it comes to mental health.
Hmm.
What do I see in mental health? I work crisis mobilization weekend. I've been working over a year now in Wayne County. What I've noticed in households is that the parents,
Mm. Okay.
most of the time, are the conduit to a child's mental health crisis at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I have to tell some of the parents in the home is that if you were able to accept this child for who they are, what they're doing at that time, then this child will respond to you different. So what happens at night, what I want everybody to know, a lot of people say, well, why is it that things happen at night? Why do people do things at night? Well, if a person have a mental health challenge, not just mental health, but a challenge, at night when everything go down, things still ringing in their head. It's still loud to them. So when things go down, it's like they can't cope with things being quiet. So they make noise. They make the noise that they hear in their head. So a person to say, why he making noise at night? Because y'all sleep.
Mm.
Noise and activity can help a person get up and feel better. So why do we act that way in the morning? Because everybody's up. Everything's quiet. There's fear
Mm.
there. There's a whole bunch of things going on with people at night. This person might think about what happened in them, the trauma that happened at night. But the night can influence a person to do a thing or
Wow.
feel a certain way where he need crisis service.
Yeah, I never thought about that. So when it's quiet, everybody else is asleep. Now this person is hearing
They
everything. They can
knocking.
hear they can
So
hear
the,
everything. Now
so
they
the
couldn't
parents
hear
would
it
say,
before.
why they acting like that at night? Because y'all finna go to bed. It's finna disturb it could disturb a person.
Hmm.
So, and another thing I've had to talk to people about is that the person that you're talking about is a real person. So they'll say they. They never call them by their name. That lets me know that you're treating them by their condition. You're treating them according to their condition. You're not treating them as the person, John. You're treating them as they got schizophrenia. You see? And so, or ODD. And now the parent threatens them if they receiving services. Some children wasn't receiving services. They was just responding in a negative way because he want to be gay. The daddy say he need to go to a crazy house. That's the language he used.
Mm-hmm.
This was a suburban home. They didn't understand why he different, and he's one of the twins.
Oh wow.
And so when he came out, I got to tell you, when he came out, I just look at him. I'm the person to go in the home, and I favor the person that need crisis care. Nobody else.
Okay.
So when I go in, I have to figure out, I have to firm. I have to understand where they at. I have to go down there to get them just to understand what I'm saying, to go get services or to have a conversation with the clinician with me. And so one of the things I understand with a lot of people in the home is people don't understand what's going on with the person in the home with them. And so they misdiagnose them by saying he crazy or call them names.
Mm-hmm.
And then the person start acting out.
Because you call me crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna show you crazy.
So this what the kid
Uh-huh.
did. The kid said during the intervention in the home, I said, well, tell them what's going on. Do you want me to? So I end up talking for him and I start cussing because I know this is how he felt and let it. And he said, yeah. I said, well, you tell him. And he turned around and started telling him, and the daddy started crying. So he started crying because my son had talked to me in 2 years. I said, you want him to stop now? Go ahead. And he turned around and he started talking. You say I'm crazy? Y'all say y'all want to put me in the crazy home? I ain't going nowhere. And so they started seeing rebellion, not that he need to be in the crazy house. He was just responding to how you were treating him. Y'all said he was gay. You ain't gonna want nobody gay in the house, and you were treating him different, and he was responding in a negative way.
Wow.
That kid did not need to go to a facility to be impatient. But there are parents that were impatient children because they can't control them. So what is that? That is a community issue. We need to pay attention to what's going on in the households. If we see children coming down the street and you say something's wrong with them, don't talk about them. Think that maybe that might be a person that's a part of a vulnerable population that need help. It doesn't matter if they smoke weed. It doesn't matter what they're doing. Look at the root causes of people. Don't make the judge. If they homeless, that's chronic homelessness is a mental health challenge.
It is a mental health challenge.
Drugs is a mental health challenge.
Yes.
Criminality is a mental health challenge.
Yeah. Yeah. All of those are mental health challenges, but particularly you mentioned homelessness. And you see a lot of people on corners and sleeping on grates and asking for money and what have you. Those, I think they are challenged mentally.
Yeah. And misunderstood. Because there are people that's there because they just gave up on the system. People that worked all their life. I know some people that's out, that's homeless. They got bank accounts, money and everything. They don't want to pay taxes no more or keep their house up. So one guy, he just decided to live in a buggy. And he got bank account, he get money and everything.
Really?
So a lot of people, the system, like something that's caused them in the inside to say that they don't want to do what everybody else. Yes, that is mental health because You don't want to be well. You'll be outside. You put yourself in an uncomfortable situation.
Mhm.
But for him, it's nothing wrong.
He
It's
just
nothing.
he's just chosen to do that.
Yeah.
That's
For us as a community, it's how do we create housing and shelter for those people that choose to do that when
Mhm.
they living in conditions that can harm themselves?
exactly. That's
It
the
becomes a
concern.
crisis. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. And so, but when it comes to crisis and it comes to the mentality, it's triggered. It's things that we see in our community that can trigger you and anybody to have a challenge at that time. And the
Mhm.
challenge is that I can't handle it. It could cause a person to kill, rape, steal, any other things above that could cause harm to somebody.
That's
And so the thing is, like we are talking, you'll say,
Mm.
so because we're on this show, it's like, no, you don't know who have a mental health challenge. They are
No.
HIPAA violation. You can't tell them, and ain't nobody gonna tell you if they have a problem.
No, no, no. And you don't know just by looking at someone that
Yeah,
they have a problem.
yeah,
And that's why you said something earlier when we were talking before the show came on. You said treat everybody kind.
yeah,
Don't pick and choose who you're going to treat kind simply by the way they look or even by the way they act.
yeah.
You treat them the way you want to be treated. That's the important part.
I believe we are so insensitive. Like when it comes to mental health or a person that's challenged,
Hmm.
that's close to us, a lot of people judge them for not being able to do.
Hmm.
When I look at the systems, I'm talking about work, the system of working, culture, period. Everybody trying to get up on a level, on a certain status, especially in the Black community. Like everybody trying to get here. And so trying to get here, what would you do to get here? When it's accepted among our own people, then it's easy for me to adapt this behavior to treat a person bad to get there. Most people treat a person bad because of something they want.
Okay.
People that can't control themselves, most of them receiving services already.
Mm.
So it's not like we become victimized in the community by the people that we don't know or they don't know that they need service.
So they don't know they need it. How do we find a way to help them?
So the same way I did a training and we was talking, we need billboard. We need to advertise and market mental health just like we
Hmm.
market for cars, we market vet, we market all the things that we market.
All, we market all the lawyers that billboards that we see who trying to get you to come to them because you had a car accident or
Yeah,
fell or whatever it is.
yeah.
Put a billboard up for those who need mental health services.
Yeah,
And this is
yeah.
where to go.
Not just D-Win, because
Yeah,
D-Win
yeah.
have them up, but all our culture from different aspects of it need to put him out. It need to be go here, go here, go here. But one of the things I'm seeing is that a person inside talk about mental health, but nobody over here know what mental health is. It's like it become a money grab when it comes to these contracts and organizations saying that they do mental health. My thing, won't you come and get trained and learn about it? When we do trains, like come and learn about what mental health is. Get certified in it. If not, learn. Come to these seminars, come to these events that we have so you can learn about it, so you can advocate about it the right way.
Mhm.
Mental health is it. And then I realized that the people that's talking about it are not including themselves, though.
I'm not crazy. Everybody else is. I don't
It's
need any.
no,
I don't need any help.
it's
I don't need any help. It's those people over there. Me?
I'm talking about the main. Listen,
See that?
if here you go. If I can help you with a problem,
Uh-huh.
believe me, I've been there. There's no way that I can reach and get to your psychosis if I've never been there.
Yeah.
If you have schizophrenia, ODD, and manic depression, do you know how far down that is for me to be talking to you and trying to help you? And you functional?
Oh, that's
You functional, and I'm talking to you,
Mm.
but you have all these symptoms. If I've never been there, there's no way that I'm going to
help
reach
me.
you. I'm not even going to be able to get behind your mannerism. I'm going to judge you. Mental health is serious.
Absolutely.
going on a crisis. You never know what's when I get there. I have so many. You never know what the situation. Who gonna be fighting? Who gonna end up on the ground? Who police badge you gonna have to pick up?
Oh boy.
Who you gonna tell? How I tell the police? Don't choke him. Don't put your hands in his mouth. I say, well, put your hands in his mouth. Don't choke him. This the 4 points. I don't care about the 4 point. Don't choke him though.
Don't choke him.
I'm saying there's things that we do as peer support specialists when it comes to crisis services, but for the public, crisis services is a need. I say, don't be embarrassed. I'm not. Listen, I receive mental health services, but let me tell you, I'm normal. Now people will hear that, they be like, oh, you need it. And I can tell you about 10 things, and I know about 5 of them apply to you.
Okay.
You know, you don't sleep like you should. You don't eat like you're supposed to. There's so many things that we do.
Or don't do.
You argue.
Mhm.
You debate all the time. You can't get along with your partner. There's so many. I'm talking about the things that we do. You can't manage right at work. You're disrespectful to your workers. You talk condescending to people. You always rattling all day. You can't sit down. There's so many different things that we do that's national, that's professional, that can cause a mental health breakdown. Little things. You don't like a person. You don't go to church. You have no spirituality at all in your life for the whole 7 days, and you ain't been to church in 25 years. Quite naturally, something is going to be wrong with your mentals if you don't take time out for yourself. Most people drink, smoke all day, every day. The people that work, they might work, come home and drink and do the same thing. Why do your back hurt? Because you've been sitting down for 30, 40 years. You never did a touch your toe workout.
Never did a walk around the block.
Why do my fingers hurt? And I've been typing all day because you never did no exercise with your fingers. Like things that we should do to be healthy mentally, I've learned there's different pathways to health. Recovery. One is natural. I believe in natural healing.
Okay.
I believe number one is spiritual. And one of the reasons why I say spiritual when we say mental health, because I hear the church and everybody say, well, mental health is this and that. So for me, my understanding of mental health came from scriptures, right? The scriptures explain what the verbiage is in the programming of mental health. In order to even write something about mental health, you got to know yourself first. You can't go to college and not have no spirituality and come out here and write something about mental health or fix a program up. So why do you say that? If you look at the language and all the mental health, and when they say that, it all goes back to either Psalms or some of the Galatians telling you how to do what, how to keep your mouth closed, how to actually live your life. So when you look at scripture, there's no way scripture tells you how to live your life and deal with the mental things that come your way. So, well, why don't people tie that in? Because we've always had religion, but something like there's people outside of religion doing other things. So we need to teach them about their mental health. Well, what's one of the first things? Know your God. Know yourself. Well, why you say that? Because when people go to NAAA, the first thing they do is open the Bible.
Really?
Yeah, so we keep forgetting that mental health, if we want to get help, instead of going over there, get some scripture. Read Galatians. They tell you all about yourself. Read Psalms. All these things tell you what to do. And that's leaving the doctrine out. I didn't even say nothing about the doctrine.
Okay. And you're right. Raise up a child in the way he should go.
I'll take a preacher. You can
That's
take
one of my
any
favorites.
preacher.
And when he's old, he won't depart.
Take a bishop, man. Take a bishop. Any bishop. And if they talk, hey, they talking about mental health. I ain't heard that yet that mental health don't apply to what he's talking about.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. And as we talk about the mental health, I want to go to our children and how we can find a way to help our children. Number one, they're not going to school. So if they're not going to school, they're not learning. So when they get to be 12, 13, 14 years old, they can't read.
Yeah.
Now they're embarrassed to be around other children
Yeah.
because the little babies can read better than they can. They don't want to be in school now. We've got to find a way to help those children understand why it's important to learn to read, write, and compute. Um, just so that they can learn to take care of themselves. But first, we got to get them in school. We got to get them in class. Now, I am an advocate of the parent being responsible for the child. The parent being responsible for the child and being responsible for getting the child to school. I know that's old school. I know that's old stuff. But as a parent, your job is to get that child to school. And I know you got a job that you go, you're 9 to 5 and all that. But your first job is to take care of that baby and to make sure that child gets to school. Now, if the child is not in school, then that's your responsibility. And there has to be consequences for the child not being in school. And yeah, I'm probably old school, but if the child isn't in school, the parent is the responsible person. At some point in time, we've got to make sure that that responsible person takes it seriously. And if that means we have to bring them to court, make them miss a day of work, make them pay a fine, whatever it is we need to do to make sure they get that child to school, we need to do. Because if not, we're going to have a whole group of children who can't read, who can't write. We've already got children now who can't make change. If I go to a store and I give them $1 and whatever I bought cost 73 cents, they can't figure out how to give me the change back. That's a problem.
Without a machine.
Yeah, without a machine. They can't figure out, okay, 73, I mean, 2 pennies will make 75 and this quarter make $1. Or 2 minutes make 75 and 2 dimes and a nickel make $1. They can't figure that out without the machine telling them what. That's a problem. So parents, yes, I'm advocating for you to get serious about taking care of your children.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm advocating for you to make sure that that baby is in school and you are responsible. The 12-year-old is not responsible for getting the 6-year-old to school. That's your job. That's your job. You're responsible for making sure they do the homework. Now, I must say that some of this homework gets a little bit testy. Some of this new math they're talking about, my math says 73 cents and this is 2 cents and 75 and a quarter is $1. Now, I don't know if they count it that way anymore, but whatever it is, you're responsible. If you can't figure it out, go to the library, get a tutor.
Now, they have an easy way. I've said and watched them from other states and they was teaching this new way. Dang, how I counted. Like, it was so funny. And the way they was doing it, they said that it actually makes it easy.
Mm-hmm.
That lets you know something wrong with the younger population. But they want things to be easy.
And everything isn't. And everything probably doesn't necessarily have to be easy. Because easy doesn't help you grow. Easy doesn't help you get past the difficult times. And they're going to be difficult times. And so if you've never experienced difficult times younger, you're never going to be able to handle difficult times as you get older. And so those parents and school system, and probably time for us to have more school board people on to talk about what we're doing to help children get to school. Because it's the whole society responds to whether children are able to learn and get along in society. So it isn't just this little bitty piece of the world. It's everybody. If these babies can't function, all of us are going to be at risk. So we need to make sure parents, your job, your responsibility. So you get a letter from the prosecutor saying that your child has been absent for 15 days and we just started school, then there's a problem.
Yeah. And we're responsible, like as a community, as a city, commissioner, county, whatever. There's no way that we can know that your child is not in school, but at the same time experience violence that we believe that's done by young young children. And the thing is that how do we hold parents responsible? One of the things that I see in the community is that those parents don't have jobs and they don't have the skill set to get jobs. Uh, and I'm looking at a couple examples where this one mother had been on welfare all her life. She like 35 maybe. And then she was able to get a job at a school from her cousin to clean up the school that night. And she loved it. So I realized that a lot of people don't possess skills, can't write, can't do a resume, but they can work.
Okay.
And if we can,
And some of them are willing to work.
yeah,
We just
yeah.
give them a chance.
Yep, and that's the
Give 'em a
thing. Like
chance.
we shut them down because the people that have the education and the skills to do it, we'll put them there first. But I come from there, and I know some people that don't have a degree or nothing and don't have a paper. But if you gave them a job, they're gonna do it to the
Mhm.
T. And we don't give
And they'll
them a
be there on
chance.
time
Yeah,
every day.
yeah,
Won't be calling in sick
yeah.
because I stayed up late going to the club or whatever it is. They're going to be there.
And I really believe, say for instance, now that's a good idea. Say for instance, since we sitting here, we do that. We open it up. If you're not working, your kid not in school, today, Friday, whenever, we want you to come down here. We're gonna give you a job, but your son gotta go to school.
Mm-hmm. Part of the job is that you come to work, but your child got to go to
He
school.
got it, and we're gonna make sure you good, but you gotta make sure he go to school. Now I know a whole bunch of jump on.
Okay.
So I'm saying, like, we could create the destruction and send him to jail to create something to make it hard for her and make her spend money. But at some point, we have to do something.
So we need to provide an
Yeah.
incentive for them to get the kid to school.
You know how many people be that I put my head on the chopping block. We say that. You know how many people come downtown
Well,
and use their kids. He ain't going. They're using. He ain't going. I want the job. I know he ain't. People just because people do want to work. And
They
then if
do,
we
they
saying
do.
we not gonna hit y'all with all these requirements, come what you got. And if they heard that, you know how many people would be there?
Yeah.
You know how much stuff
Okay.
we can stop like that?
Well,
If you do this and then you say, well, you got to go over here.
Mhm.
You need to go over here. Well, you was on ADC this long, how long? Okay, we need you to do this too. Like it's the things we do with them, the people that want to work. Now, if you don't want to work,
that's another ball.
we opened the door.
Mhm.
We said you ain't had to come with nothing. Same thing they did for returning citizens. Well, let's do it for the people out here, the ladies that don't have jobs.
I like
We
it.
opened it up for the returning citizens that was terrible
Mhm.
20, 30 years ago.
So why not open it up for people?
Them, they
people?
couldn't, we already know they drug addicts, whatever, or she on the streets. However, let's say, hey, we know what you're doing, but you know what? We finna open the door. You don't need no nothing. Come get a job tomorrow. And if you can't, we gonna figure out how you gonna get it, but you ain't gonna leave here feeling like you ain't got no job. You know how many people come down there?
Well, I think we need to talk to folks about
like
how we
that.
can figure that out.
That would be a big effect. And then if you come, you gotta bring your son.
And you got to make sure that the kids go to school.
No, they ain't gonna do that yet. We'll say when you come. So what
Wait a
happens?
minute.
So look, man, because if we say that, they ain't gonna do what we say. Let's not put that much responsibility on.
Oh, they can't handle that much responsibility.
No, that's a lot for
Oh,
doing something
Lord.
that we ain't saying.
Okay.
But when you come, bring your son though. Bring the
okay.
kids with you.
Okay.
That's all day.
Okay.
Don't come down here without no kids saying you want us to help you. I ain't seen no kids. Bring the kids.
Let
with
us see it. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
If he don't come, he wouldn't come. Give
What
us
you
his
mean he
name.
wouldn't
No,
come?
give us his name. Now
Mhm.
that's how you work. man.
Okay.
Give us his name. We'll find him. He don't go to school. No, we got him.
Okay.
It's how we do it. And then we make it happen. And she gonna get a job too.
Okay. Okay. I'm 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 gonna trust specialist. You know what you're talking about.
You're making them feel good. We create an environment for people to feel good.
And that's important. People need to feel good about themselves. They don't always need to be beaten up because if they get beat up enough, they don't always
Yeah.
need to be beat up. We need to have an environment where they feel that you're encouraging me because you believe I can do
Yeah,
it.
even though I
'Cause you got,
didn't.
even though I didn't, but we believe you can. And when you come in and you got to believe in people. Once
Yeah.
you believe in people, they'll begin to believe in themselves.
People believed in me. I was terrible. I'm serious. People can't believe it now. They looking at me like, I said, I recreated my whole life, though. I'm gonna wait. I recreated my whole life. I
And
had that much sense.
well, see see you had sense. We're gonna pray that other folks have enough sense to recreate.
Don't be afraid to be the other part of yourself. Like if you've never done nothing with who you are, change. Or here's another word. If you can't change, won't you make a shift? Some people can't change. They got to make a shift.
They don't like the word change and shift. We can do
You
shift.
can't saw it off. You need an axe to cut it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Shift. That's going to be our
Make
new
a
phrase.
shift.
Make a shift. We're not going to ask you to change. We're going to ask you to shift.
Take the axe and cut it off.
Oh,
We're not going to ask you to saw nothing.
just
How long is all that? If you take the axe and hit it one time, the whole thing come off.
Oh, okay. Got that?
Sometimes some things got to be cut off, not sawed off.
Chop.
Yeah,
right
chop.
away. Just get it
One
out
hit,
of it.
knock the
One
whole
hit.
thing off. Split it.
Okay.
That's the tool, right? We got to use the tool.
Use what we got.
Our toolbox.
Mhm.
We use our wrench, our
Whatever we got.
screwdriver and pliers for
What?
all kind of things. Our measuring stick.
Yeah.
You know, the level to make sure everything straight up and
Balance.
down.
Okay. But I like the idea you had about just people, if you don't have a job, come on down. But you got to bring the kids too, because the kids
Yeah.
got to go to school.
We're going to work
The
with you.
kids got to go to school. We'll find a way to help you out. But the kids have got to be in school.
And tell them why we doing it, man. Like if we don't say, we got to tell them the narrative. Listen, we're doing this because we know people ain't got jobs. We know this. And we keep saying we want your kids to do this and that. And you could barely make it every day. We know that. Let us not act like we don't understand. We want you to come down here with no nothing. I know you tried to get a job. I know you had a resume. They played with you. They didn't get you. They gave it to what's her name. We said today you gonna get it. That's what we said. Today you gonna get one. Just come down here because we finna come at the babies ain't going to school and it's gonna be some stuff that y'all ain't gonna like being straight up.
Oh, I like that.
Now come down here because I know you saying you ain't got no job. We gonna give you a job. And we're going to follow up with you, make sure you keep it.
And that your kids are going to school.
And they're going to go to school. Come on, that's a win-win. Now, if you don't come, that's something else. You ain't tell me. We'll do it one more time.
You'll give them another chance.
We'll open them up. Like, we got to give them a chance. Like, that's what they say. People downtown don't give us a chance. They don't do nothing. They're always just messing over me. Not this time. Everybody got to hold their own now. Like, we can't be playing. The man in Washington, right?
Him.
Bro, I'm just saying, man, like the political climate, the cultural violence, the multifaceted violence in our community. It's not just rappers, it's politicians, and it's domestic. We have violence across the board now. We don't have time to try to figure it out. We have to be innovative with our approaches for the National Guards to be on Dexter.
Oh, boy.
Come on. Before we have to be dealing with something like that, we can handle our own in our community. We can do for self. And not only that, we in Detroit. We started doing for self in the 50s. Way back.
Yeah, we know how to do for self.
So when it comes to being resilient, Detroit have always been the city of resilience and overcoming it. And being powerful and being great, you know what I'm saying? Not just still, but people resilient.
Yes.
It's not just a motor city, it's our city.
All right.
It's our city. Motor City, they came because we was here.
All right.
I'm just saying. This is our city. Detroit is our city. We're not east or west side, we Detroit.
And we got to make it work for all of us. Thank you, Dwight.
And
Thank
I
you,
feel,
Dwight.
I feel good.
You feel good? I'm so glad. You should. And I feel good too. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad. So we now that you're better, we're gonna have to start getting you back to your monthly shows.
Yeah.
So I'm just happy about it. I'm happy about it. But last thing I'm gonna ask about the young man who was on the show probably the last time you were here. I got something you said he was missing.
Man, Coon. You remember Coon? The
Yeah, he
big
was sitting
guys was
right over
right
here
there.
on the
So
end.
he was murdered
Oh,
in Miami July 16th. I ain't there had an accident. It was
wow.
crazy. And him and the girl he was with. So the news, they're reporting down there. There's not too much reporting here. But he came up missing. So when they found him in the car in Miami in the parking structure up under the apartment complex. Him and the girl that he met July 4th, they
Oh,
both was killed in the car.
wow. Oh
And
my
so his
goodness.
mother is, I talked to her over and
Mhm.
over again. He can't understand. And they steady down there trying to figure out what happened. That was July 16th. And that was
Wow.
Coon. Yeah, Coon.
Yeah. I knew you sent me the flyer saying he was missing. They were
Yeah.
looking for him, and I was hoping you were going to tell me they found him. Poor baby.
One of the things I want to say, I do about that, we come home from prison and we have grand ideas. One of the things that bothered me about him leaving was that we didn't get this contract. We kept getting it. And I had him on it where you're gonna be. Most guys want to have a job. They just want to they can't find a job. So he left, going down there, they lifting 100 pounds, they lifting so much weight, and so they was training. And whatever happened, because he had just left here, going back, he never called his mom back. Whatever happened, he said he couldn't stay here no more. And so when he went down there, she didn't hear no more. And he get killed, And so my thing is, stay where you at. That's what I want to tell him and the other brother went down there. Like, you don't have to leave. You have to be patient. This wasn't working. CBI kept these people kept saying this and that. They said, we don't got time for Detroit, and they left and went to Miami. And they was working. They running 10 miles every 2 days. Like, they running and working now. They got people. I don't know what happened. And so it's sad, but I just think people just need to do more of having patience.
Patience is important. Patience.
Don't go around people you don't know.
That's important. That's important. Well, again, thank you so much. I'm so glad you were able to be here. We're just so glad to see you. Recuperating.
This should come off.
Better.
This will be off in the next couple of days. And
Wonderful. God is good. God is good. Okay, everybody. We will see you next Monday, 4:00, Community Bell Show. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been a great conversation about mental health, children, jobs, all that good stuff. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for listening to Community Bell with your host, former Wayne County Commissioner Edna Bell. This broadcast was brought to you by WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, our website, www.wvtcradio.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users. If you've enjoyed this broadcast, tell a friend to tune in. We'll see you next Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern to the Community Bell Show, right here on WVTC Radio Detroit.
Hey, Detroit! The Detroit chapter of the Gospel Music Workshop of America. Women's choir is calling all gospel singing ladies. Join us as we prepare for another powerful concert on Sunday, October 19th at 4 p.m. This is a citywide call for 100 plus women who love to lift up the name of Jesus through song. Come, rehearse, connect, and sing with us. Rehearsals are happening at Craig Memorial Tabernacle, 14201 Puritan Avenue, Detroit. Evangelist Santa Rose is your choir coordinator, and Dr. Iris Taylor is the Detroit chapter chairperson. Let's make a joyful noise together. See you at rehearsal.
Listen, I'm here at Elmar's Furs. I need you to understand, if you can't get in the store, you can always shop online. And when you shop online, you want to make sure that you follow him on social media, on all social media. And if you're looking for the website, it's elmarfurs.com. Listen, Instagram, Facebook, we're looking for you. He's got sales, and he's got a payment option for you that's going to meet your very need. It's going to benefit you because you'll get in on the sales. So listen, make sure you come or visit us online, elmarfurs.com.
You're listening to WVTC Gospel Radio Detroit, and we're flowing in the Spirit.